You can't call yourself a driver if you don't know these 9 secrets. Hey everyone, it's Sefki. You know, a lot of people think driving is as simple as turning a steering wheel and pressing the gas, but let me tell you, there's a lot more to it than that. In this video, I'm going to reveal 9 secrets that will not only make you a better driver, but will also completely change the way you think about driving. We're talking about things that can improve your safety, boost your fuel efficiency, and just generally make your time behind the wheel more enjoyable. If you're ready to go from average commuter to true automotive master, then buckle up. Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with a secret that's so simple yet so often overlooked: the proper use of your rear-view mirror. Most drivers don't actually utilize this incredibly valuable tool to its full potential. See, the typical driver will adjust their rear-view mirror so that they can see a bit of the back window and maybe a sliver of the road behind them. But here's the thing, that tiny window into what's going on behind you is not enough. It leaves you with huge blind spots. So, here's the secret. You want to adjust your rear-view mirror so that it provides the widest possible view of the road behind you. And I mean the entire road, from one side of your lane to the other. You shouldn't be able to see your own car in the reflection at all. Once you get used to this wider field of view, you'll wonder how you ever drove any other way. You'll be able to see cars approaching from further back, anticipate lane changes, and navigate traffic with a level of confidence you've never experienced before. By properly adjusting your rear-view mirror, you're eliminating those blind spots and taking control of your surroundings. You're driving with knowledge, with awareness, and that, my friends, is the mark of a true driver. Alright, let's move on to a secret that's near and dear to my heart: tire pressure. Your tires are the only point of contact between your car and the road. They're responsible for transferring all of your car's power to the pavement, helping you steer, brake, and maintain control. And when your tire pressure is off, even by a little bit, it throws everything out of whack. First and foremost, driving on underinflated tires is incredibly dangerous. It reduces your tire's contact patch with the road, which means you have less grip, especially during cornering or sudden maneuvers. Underinflated tires also wear down much faster, meaning you'll have to replace them more often. Plus, they decrease your fuel efficiency, costing you more money at the pump. On the flip side, overinflating your tires isn't good either. It can lead to a harsh ride, increased risk of tire damage from potholes and bumps, and reduced braking performance. So, how do you find that perfect pressure? It's simple, check your owner's manual. Your car's manufacturer has spent countless hours figuring out the ideal tire pressure for your specific vehicle. And while you're at it, invest in a good tire pressure gauge. Trust me, your tires will thank you. Alright, let's talk about something so fundamental, so ingrained in the act of driving that you probably don't even think about it: how you hold the steering wheel. For decades, the gold standard of steering wheel grip has been the 10-2 position. But guess what? The 10-2 grip is outdated and frankly not as safe or effective as it used to be. The problem with 10-2 is twofold. First, with the advent of airbags, holding the wheel in that position puts your hands and arms directly in the line of fire if the airbag deploys. Second, the 10-2 grip limits your range of motion and control. That's where the 9-3 grip comes in. By positioning your hands slightly lower, you not only avoid the airbag danger zone, but also gain a much wider range of steering control. The 9-3 grip allows you to react faster and with more accuracy, potentially making the difference between a close call and a collision. Plus, the 9-3 grip promotes better posture and reduces fatigue on long drives. So ditch the outdated 10-2 and embrace the 9-3. Let's talk about braking, shall we? It seems like a pretty straightforward concept, right? You press the pedal, the car slows down, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Mastering braking can mean the difference between a smooth stop and a jerky experience. Many drivers brake too hard and too late. They wait until the last second, then slam on the brakes. Instead, anticipate your stops. Look ahead, read the traffic flow, and start braking gently earlier. This allows for a smooth and controlled stop. Practice makes perfect, and soon your drives will be smoother and more enjoyable. Okay, let's talk fuel efficiency. With gas prices being what they are these days, who doesn't want to squeeze a few more miles out of every gallon? But here's the thing, achieving optimal fuel efficiency isn't just about driving a hybrid or electric car. It's about adopting a smarter, more efficient driving style that can be applied to any vehicle. One of the biggest gas guzzlers out there is aggressive driving. You know the type: speeding up rapidly from stoplights, slamming on the brakes, weaving in and out of traffic. Instead, try adopting a smoother, more gradual driving style. Accelerate gently from stops, anticipate slowdowns and brake gradually, and try to maintain a consistent speed, especially on the highway. Another secret weapon in the fuel efficiency arsenal is cruise control. When you're cruising at a constant speed on the highway, your engine is operating at its most efficient. Cruise control helps you maintain that constant speed, preventing you from unconsciously speeding up or slowing down, which can waste fuel. We've all been there, cruising along on the highway minding our own business when suddenly, a car seems to materialize out of thin air, cutting us off or forcing us to slam on the brakes. The culprit? Blind spots, those pesky areas around your car that your mirrors just can't quite see. Blind spots are a universal driving hazard, something every driver has to contend with, regardless of how experienced they are. But the good news is, with a bit of awareness and some simple techniques, you can minimize their danger and make the road safer for everyone. First and foremost, understand where your blind spots are. Most cars have blind spots over your shoulders, both on the left and right sides. Before making any lane change, it's crucial to physically turn your head and look over your shoulder to check those blind spots. Don't just rely on your mirrors. Another helpful tip is to adjust your side mirrors correctly. Angle your side mirrors slightly outward so that they just overlap with the field of view of your rear view mirror. This wider view will help you see more of what's happening beside you and reduce the size of those pesky blind spots. Alright, let's talk about a driving scenario that can be a bit more challenging: night driving. As the sun dips below the horizon and darkness envelops the road, our vision is compromised, making driving more demanding and potentially more dangerous. But fear not, fellow night owls. With a few key tips and a dash of caution, you can navigate the nighttime roads with confidence and ease. First and foremost, let's talk about headlights. Those beams of light are your lifeline in the darkness, illuminating the road ahead and making you visible to other drivers. When driving in low-light conditions such as dusk or dawn, it's crucial to turn on your headlights. Even if you think you can still see relatively well, remember, it's not just about your own visibility, it's about making sure other drivers can see you too. And speaking of visibility, let's talk about high beams. High beams are great for illuminating a wider, longer stretch of road, but they can also be incredibly blinding to oncoming drivers. Use them sparingly, only when there's no oncoming traffic or when you need to see further ahead on a dark, deserted road. When you do encounter oncoming traffic, be courteous and switch back to your low beams. Another important aspect of night driving is managing your speed. The lane change, that seemingly simple maneuver that can strike fear into the hearts of even the most seasoned drivers. It's a dance of timing, awareness, and signaling, all performed at various speeds. But fear not, fellow drivers, the lane change doesn't have to be a white-knuckle experience. First and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room: signaling. It's not just a suggestion, folks, it's the law. Using your turn signal is about communicating your intentions to other drivers. Check your mirrors to get a sense of the traffic flow and identify any potential gaps. And don't forget about those pesky blind spots. Once you've signaled and checked your mirrors and blind spots, it's time to execute the lane change. Let's talk about one of the most fundamental yet frequently ignored aspects of safe driving: following distance. You know that space between you and the car in front of you? Yeah, that's not just empty space, it's your safety buffer. When you follow too closely, you're essentially eliminating your reaction time. So, how much space should you leave? Well, the old rule of thumb was the car length rule, but that's a bit outdated and not always practical, especially at higher speeds. Instead, I want to introduce you to the 2-second rule. The 2-second rule provides a consistent and reliable way to gauge your following distance, regardless of your speed. It gives you a buffer zone, that precious time you need to react to sudden slowdowns, unexpected obstacles, or, let's face it, drivers who love to slam on their brakes for no apparent reason. So there you have it, folks, 9 secrets that can transform you from an average driver into a true master of the road. We've covered everything from the often overlooked importance of tire pressure to the art of mastering the lane change, all with the goal of making you a safer, more confident, and more efficient driver. Remember, driving is a privilege, not a right, and it's a responsibility we all share. By incorporating these tips and techniques into your driving habits, you're not only improving your own safety but also the safety of everyone around you. And who knows, maybe you'll even inspire other drivers to up their game. So go forth, spread the knowledge, and let's make the roads a safer and more enjoyable place for everyone. Until next time, drive safe and stay quirky.